The final two pieces of zircon, to be honest, as one of the few special resources potentially needed for the first rank torch warship to be promoted to second rank, this thing has the lowest value. However, it is precisely Song Chi's current urgent need. He estimated that the Kang Chong would likely initiate the promotion mission within the next 2 or 3 months, so gathering all the resources needed for the promotion as soon as possible was one of his most important tasks at the moment. While conflicted, Song Kai knew he couldn't delay for too long, with so many alien species watching him. With gritted teeth, he finally made a decision. With a slight wave of his hand, the normal purple fire source upranked, the 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence, the 100 strands of third-rank floating land origin, and the 2 pieces of zircon, almost simultaneously floated up into the sky. Yes, his decision was to take them all. Since he was conflicted, he might as well take everything. For this, he even brought out the Ruins Market guest token he had originally reserved for himself. As for the issue of disguising himself later, once the Ruins Market transactions were over, the market level should be able to go from LV16 to LV17, and then he could replace it with the newly condensed Ruins Market guest token. Having made his decision, what followed was a specific assessment of the number of uses of the Ruins Market guest token for each of these 4 items. The rightful owner of the purple fire source up rank didn't need to be mentioned, as he had exchanged it in the strange object shop for a Dragon Claw of the Earth, and the Ruins Market guest token could only be used once. For the 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence, Song Kai gave 4 uses of the Ruins Market guest token. The 100 strands of third-rank floating land origin token had 3 uses. And the token for the 2 pieces of zircon had 2 uses. Upon hearing his offer, the 4 owners of these strange items did not object. With that, this somewhat unconventional auction had successfully concluded. The alien species that didn't obtain a Ruins Market guest token all felt a great disappointment. Although the distributed Ruins Market guest tokens all had a limited number of uses, they understood one thing. Regardless of the number of uses, only those who secured the Ruins Market guest tokens had the possibility to engage in other operations afterward, whereas they, once the Ruins Market transactions ended, would find it difficult to enter this Ruins Market secret realm again in their lifetimes. Song Kai saw all this happen, but he didn't care. The number of Ruins Market guest tokens was limited, and they went to the highest bidder. There was nothing much to discuss. After securing all his items, as time continued to fly by, and just before the end of the Ruins Market transactions, Song Kai found Zhou Ping, who was packing up his stall, and the half-centaur at the peak of first rank. His goal was straightforward. He wanted to inquire if they were interested in renting a shop to exclusively sell the unique resources backing them. Of course, it wasn't free. They would need to pay a monthly rental fee of 50 strands of second-rank floating land origin. This rental fee was carefully considered by Song Kai. It was not too painful for either party and their backers to bear, and it was also a considerable income for him, just right. As for the confidence with which he asked this question, it was obviously because compared to setting up a stall, a shop in the Ruins Market would attract more customers and transactions. This could be seen from the current, floating land origin exchange shop. When faced with the rule text floating in front of them regarding the rental issue, both Zhou Ping and the half-centaur gave the same reply. They would have to discuss with their elders and provide an answer at the beginning of the next trade period. This response was expected by Song Kai. Otherwise, he wouldn't have waited until the Ruins Market was nearly closed to inquire with them. After the Ruins Market transactions concluded, and once all the creatures had left, Song Kai immediately began to tally all his gains from the trade. First of all, was naturally the normal purple fire source up rank, the 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence, the 100 strands of third-rank floating land origin, and the 2 soccer ball-sized pieces of zircon. Then there was the strand of orange-quality red origin heavenly fire. Next were the 50 titanium crystals, 1,000 bottles of body tempering liquid, and 100 boxes of body tempering paste brought by Zhou Ping. Finally, there was the floating land origin, life core, and the difference in resources. Due to the exchange shop for floating land origin, the amount of second-rank floating land origin he had obtained this time was considerable, a total of 180 strands, and nearly 3,000 strands of first-rank floating land origin. The amount of zero-rank floating land origin was lesser this time, since there were fewer alien races and consequently lower income from transaction taxes, coupled with the exchange for thousands of strands of first-rank floating land origin, leading to a total of just under 20,000 strands. Nevertheless, the stockpile of zero-rank floating land origin that he now possessed still exceeded 250,000 strands, which was no small sum. After tallying his profits, Song Kai couldn't wait to exit the ruins market. With a strand of ordinary purple fire source up rank and the Brock's Ultra Base main cannon in hand, he would be able to exchange them at the family merit hall for the obsidian ship armor. This was the reason for his rush. Considering that the immortal puppet secret realm was soon to end in the next few days, if he could make up for the shortfall in the warship armor before that, he would be more confident in achieving a good result in the subsequent challenges at the immortal puppet tower. Before heading to the family merit hall, Song Kai visited his grandparents' courtyard once again. "Grandpa has gone on a mission?" Upon hearing his grandmother's words, Song Kai raised his eyebrows, then quickly returned to normal. After all, he had already heard about it before. It was not entirely unexpected. With that in mind, he took out the 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence as well as the ordinary strand of purple fire source up rank. The purple fire source up rank was traded with the Earth Dragonclaw, previously provided by his grandfather. Although he had also added a chance to use the ruins market guest token, it was normally something that had to be offered to the family. "Grandma, this purple fire source up rank was obtained by trading Grandpa's Earth Dragonclaw at this ruins market. The 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence was a lucky find by your grandson. With the Sky Zither's imminent ascent to 3rd rank, I offer this item to wish you success in your advancement," he said. "Oh my dear grandchild." Bai Shuken's face lit up with a smile as she gently pinched Song Chi's cheek. Having been a great help to the family in the past 6 months, her fondness for Song Kai grew more and more. She took delight in everything about him. After carefully storing the 2 items, she handed Song Kai the quantum communication bracelet and transferred him 6 points of golden merit. Then, she turned and tossed him a piece of 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence. Just as Song Kai was about to say something, Bai Shuken spoke first. "All right. This piece of 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence was left for you by your grandpa. He calculated that the Kang Chong should be nearing its advancement, so take it. Your elder brother still needs to refine it for another year and a half." "Thank you, Grandma, and thank you, Grandpa," said Song Kai. Since it was a token of affection from his grandparents, Song Kai did not refuse further, and indeed, he was in need of the 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence. A few minutes later, the Kang Chong soared into the sky from above Green Moon Manor and headed towards Dragonspine's Sacred Mountain. Inside the Kang Chong, Song Kai focused on the 4 items before him. Primary Energy Crystal, 2,300-year-old Mo Moontree Sap, 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence, zircon. The first 2 could increase the success rate of the Torch warship's advancement from 1st to 2nd rank, while the last 2 were 2 of several special resources needed for the advancement. "Once I collect the Sea Spirit Crystal and Moonrock Stone materials, I can begin the Kang Chong's advancement mission," he murmured. Muttering to himself, Song Kai clenched his fist. His eyes narrowed slightly, and a faint sense of excitement surged in his heart. The 10,000 years volcanic magma iron essence, zircon, sea spirit crystal, and moonrock stone are precisely all the special materials that may be needed when a spectral airship is upgraded to a Guardian-class spectral spaceship. Of course, this is to say that all spectral airships, when being promoted to escort ships, are highly likely to use some of these 4 materials, but not that every spectral airship must collect all 4 materials before initiating the promotion mission. It mainly depends on individual capacity and willingness, and Song Kai is clearly the type who prefers to be cautious and safe. Generally speaking, a spectral airship may use 2 to 3 of these materials during its promotion, but this is not always the case. Some torch warships may not need any at all, while a very small portion of spectral airships may need all 4 materials. It's really down to personal luck, and no one can say for certain. Above Green Moon Lake's sky, with the activation of the jump drive, Kang Chong quickly disappeared. At the foot of Dragon Spine's Sacred Mountain, the 49th floor of Merit Tower, he scanned the personal panel on the quantum communication bracelet in his hand. Golden merit points. 11. After some thought, Song Kai still turned in the Brock's Ultra Base main cannon, and then his golden merit points reached 15. Having done all this, he went to the counter where the obsidian ship armor component was displayed. After 10 golden merit points were deducted by the quantum communication bracelet, he successfully obtained this long-desired purple warship armor. He absorbed the component into the ancestral torch and, without stopping there, Song Kai made another run to the 30th and 32nd floors, which respectively contained the materials Sea Spirit crystals and Moon Rock stones. He acquired both using 1 golden merit point each, and thus, what was 15 golden merit points just a few minutes ago was now suddenly down to just 3. Seeing this, even Song Kai, who earned money much faster than a regular torch ship captain thanks to the Zutian Ruins market, felt a sting. After all, these were the golden merit points accumulated through the prior battle with the Bloodblade Star Thieves, and the subsequent issuance of all the Ruins market guest tokens, which did not come easily. Overall, though, his excitement outweighed the pain by quite a bit. After all, not only had he obtained the obsidian ship armor, he had also gathered all the potential special resources Kang Chong might need for its promotion. Plus, with the energy crystals and the Moruo tree sap in his possession, once Kang Chong initiates the promotion mission, its success rate is guaranteed to exceed 20%. With more alien species eliminated and sufficient bathing in the blood of aliens, reaching a 70% success rate should be easy. Containing his emotions, Song Kai tapped the second-rank floating land origin in his hand. 360 strands, is that a bit low? Muttering to himself, he turned and went back to the 49th floor. This wasn't just the place for exchanging different levels of floating land origin but also had counters for converting golden merit points into floating land origin, such as second-rank floating land origin. 1 golden merit point right pointing arrow 200 strands of second-rank floating land origin. Looking at the exchange rate, Song Kai gritted his teeth and exchanged another point. After the exchange, he had 560 strands of second-rank floating land origin, but his golden merit points had come down to just 2. Without lingering any longer in Merit Tower, Song Kai left, fearing he couldn't resist spending his last points. As for upgrading the obsidian ship armor with more obsidian, he had already acquired plenty from a special mineral shop in the Ruins Market Secret Realm, at least enough to enhance it to the threshold of 3rd rank. Half a day later, Song Kai returned to Green Moon Manor and once again entered the Ruins Market. In the free stall area, Song Kai boarded the newly summoned Kang Chong. His first action was to remove the Starlight V alloy armor and replace it with the newly obtained obsidian ship armor. After some enhancements, and using hundreds of strands of 0 rank and 1st rank floating land origin, he enhanced the component to LV20, but Song Kai didn't stop there. Eventually, with the cost of 486 strands of 2nd rank floating land origin plus 110 tons of obsidian plus 60 titanium crystals, he boosted it all the way to LV30. He also infused 200 tons of space solidification stone into it. This spatial attribute special resource extracted from the Moruo Secret Realm had been something he'd been reluctant to merge into the Starlight V alloy armor for fear of waste. He had specifically checked at Merit Tower before. The space solidification stone wasn't cheap, with 100 tons costing 1 golden merit point. Now it was different. This obsidian ship armor was a purple component and also a top-ranked purple warship armor with an active defense feature. It would surely be used until Kang Chong reached 3rd rank, so infusing it with the space solidification stone was justified. After strengthening it to 3rd rank, not surprisingly, the attributes of Obsidian Ship Armor, Sword. Obsidian Ship Armor LV30 Quality. Purple Feature, Obsidian Protection. Consumption: 50 per second. Spectral Energy Points. Defense: 204,000. Requires no charge or buffer upgrade requirement. 10 strands of floating land origin. 3rd rank. 30,000 spectral energy points. 25 tons of obsidian. 16 titanium crystals. Obsidian Protection. Consumes 10,000 spectral energy points to instantaneously generate an obsidian shield on the surface of the ship, lasting 20 minutes with a cooldown of 24 hours. In addition to these specific attributes, Kang Chong also has a hidden attribute, which is the resistance to spatial power provided by the Space Solidification Stone. After infusing 200 tons of it, Kang Chong could eventually attempt to leave the inner parts of the ruins market and test the actual effects in the external void space. However, after enhancing the Obsidian Ship Armor, Song Kai was left with only 74 strands of 2nd rank floating land origin and 15 titanium crystals. After thinking it over, he spent another 57 strands of 2nd rank floating land origin plus 6 titanium crystals to enhance the Phantom Thruster to LV23, slightly increasing Kang Chong's maneuverability and agility. After collecting the remaining 17 strands of 2nd rank floating land origin and 9 titanium crystals, this round of enhancements officially came to an end. Taking the Kang Chong back into the Ancestral Torch, Song Kai turned his figure and walked toward the All Attributes cultivation room on the side of the ruins market. After the trade in the marketplace ended, with the upgrade of the Zutian Ruins Market to level 17, the All Attributes Cultivation Room, Ultra-Long Distance Space Gate Random Deployment Platform, and Spectral Energy Protective Array were also elevated to level 17. At level 17, the All Attributes Cultivation Room provided an increasingly astonishing boost to the cultivation of the Spectral Energy Guidance Technique. With a sufficient quantity of 2nd rank insect race flesh, Insect Queen flesh infused with 4th rank energy essence, advanced body tempering potion, and body tempering liquid, Song Kai had decided to spend the next period of time diligently cultivating the guidance technique. Inside the All Attributes Cultivation Room, Song Kai first evenly applied the body tempering liquid over his body. Then, he took out a 20-pound piece of processed 2nd rank insect race flesh and swallowed it down with an advanced body tempering potion. Once he assumed the correct posture for the guidance technique cultivation, a relentless heat began to rise within his belly. This heat followed the circuit of spectral energy, brazenly surging throughout his limbs and bones. Just like that, 7 days flashed by. That day, within the All Attributes Cultivation Room, Song Chi's body suddenly started to surge with intense spectral energy, and before long, a forceful energy pressure emanated from within the room. When the door to the cultivation room opened, the flushed, burning hot Song Kai emerged with a smile on his face. Just now, he had successfully broken through from level 10 to level 11 in the guidance technique. Over the past month, he had already been consistently cultivating with 2nd rank sandworm flesh combined with the body tempering liquid, so the guidance technique was not far from level 11. Therefore, with the help of the advanced body tempering potion these past 7 days, he was able to break through the level 11 bottleneck in one fell swoop. In those 7 days, he had consumed less than 300 pounds of 2nd rank insect race flesh. The stock in the storage room still exceeded 10,000 pounds. Theoretically, he should take this opportunity to continue full-speed cultivation, especially since he still had several dozen pounds of insect queen flesh containing 4th rank energy essence, which would have allowed his guidance technique to break through several more levels without issue. The reason why Song Kai hurried out of the ruins market was, naturally, his own. 7 days had passed, and he estimated that the acceleration period for the family's immortal puppet secret realm should be about over, something he needed to attend to sooner rather than later. He had been considering high-level puppet components for more than a day or two. Now that his family had this benefit, all clan members had the opportunity to challenge the Immortal Puppet Tower secret realm once, and it was free. They didn't need to use any merit points nor floating land origin. Naturally, it was important to him. After leaving the ruins market and having a thorough wash, Song Kai left his courtyard, planning to head toward the Dragon Spine's sacred mountain. But before he could summon Kang Chong, his mother Chen Lixia's call came first. Entering his parents' courtyard next door, Song Kai asked with a smile, "Mom, why aren't you cultivating?" Chen Lixia's spectral airship, Dragonfly, hadn't even been upgraded for half a year, and her own guidance technique was currently stuck at level 19, so she had been busy lately with cultivation assisted by the body tempering liquid and advanced body tempering potion. It had been almost half a month since they last met. Seeing her son's concerned gaze, Chen Lixia smiled. "I've already touched the bottleneck of second rank, it might take half a year." As she spoke, she handed over a briefcase. "What's this?" Song Kai raised his eyebrows, and his expression turned to great joy as soon as he opened the briefcase. Inside the briefcase was a battle garment glowing with faint blue fluorescence, its surface covered with a grid pattern, looking extremely exquisite. Bionic skin battle armor? It's arrived so soon? Amazed at the speed of the family's technology department, Song Kai quickly picked up the battle garment, which felt exceptionally smooth and had none of the bulkiness typically associated with exoskeleton armors or alloy armors. It was more like a garment that could be worn close to the body. The more he looked at it, the more he liked it. "Mom, you should have one too, right? How does it feel?" Hearing this, Chen Lixia said softly, "Thank you, my child. Your dad and I have already put them on, and so have your grandparents and your uncle. This bionic skin battle armor has a constant temperature effect, just wear it close to the skin on the inside." Song Kai nodded in understanding. Previously, he had only heard his grandfather mention it briefly, and the moment he heard battle armor, he subconsciously thought it was the kind that should be worn on the outside, not realizing it was actually the kind of inner armor worn close to the skin. But this was better, it was more convenient. After greeting his mother, Song Kai summoned the Kongchong and shot straight towards the vault of heaven. Before making the jump, he had put on the purple crystal bionic skin battle armor, which had pseudo 4th rank defense. As soon as he put it on, Song Kai felt an extreme coolness spread from all over his body, but after a while, the coolness dissipated, and the armor adapted perfectly to his body temperature, exceedingly comfortable. Then, when he put on his outer clothes, the bionic skin battle armor was completely concealed, providing enough defense while also having excellent concealment, simply perfect. Above Green Moon Lake, Song Kai didn't rush to make the jump, but instead moved around in the cabin to personally experience the difference after putting on the bionic skin battle armor compared to before. After all, he had just asked his mother, and the acceleration of the immortal puppet secret realm wouldn't be completed until the afternoon. There was no rush. It's almost no different from before. The flexibility of the body is completely unaffected. No wonder Grandpa said this purple crystal bionic skin battle armor would attract a lot of our clan members' attention. Halfway up the Dragon Spine sacred mountain, there's a not small flat area. Within the Song family, this place is known as the Secret Realm Platform. Because on the side of this platform, which is over 10,000 meters in both length and width, there is an entrance that leads directly inside the mountain body of the Dragon Spine sacred mountain. It is said that all the entry points to the secret realms under the Song family's jurisdiction are located within this mountain body. Above the secret realm platform today, things were extraordinarily lively. One could see hundreds of warships of various sizes suspended in the sky, all waiting for the acceleration of the immortal puppet secret realm to end. Among these more than 300 torch warships, over 80% were 100-meter-long escort ships, and there were also more than 20 cruisers, with the rest being spectral airships. Blending in with the 30-odd spectral airships, the Kongchong was not conspicuous. Inside the Kongchong, Song Kai felt a chill in his heart. Over 240 escort ships were suspended in the sky, with more than 20 cruisers measuring a kilometer in length among them. At first glance, the visual impact was quite significant. However, this emotion did not linger in his heart for too long. Soon, His gaze shifted to the mountain body of the dragon spine's sacred mountain ahead. Surrounded by a subtle ghost light, the dense and ancient patterns covered the entire body of the divine mountain, giving one a sense of invincibility. Looking up along the mountain body, the top of the divine mountain vanished into the clouds, and one could vaguely see where it connected with the shield that covered the sky in the depths of the vault of heaven. This turns the entire body of the divine mountain into the core pillar of the dragon spine continent's floating land shield, bolstered by the origin core of the entire dragon spine continent. Even if a fifth-rank powerhouse were to attack head-on, as long as the floating land shield isn't broken, as long as the dragon spine continent's origin core isn't destroyed, the dragon spine's sacred mountain will absolutely not fall. Moreover, with the support of this dragon spine's sacred mountain, our Song family ancestors will even have the ability to fight beyond their level. Through the courses he had taken regarding floating land shields and origin cores, Song Kai had made some speculations of his own. He knew his speculation was certainly inaccurate, with many errors and omissions, but one thing he could be sure of was that the dragon spine's sacred mountain was even more terrifying than he had imagined, and absolutely not less. How could the Dingai Song family, with nearly 3,000 years of accumulation, firmly control the dragon spine continent for 2,000 years without some means and trump cards to deter outsiders? While pondering, an old voice came from the mountain cave entrance. The immortal puppet secret realm acceleration has ended. Clan members wishing to challenge, recall your warships, enter in an orderly manner. Upon hearing this aged voice, Song Kai felt a chill again. If not mistaken, this voice should come from a fourth-rank existence responsible for guarding the family's various secret realm entrances. Fourth-rank torch ship captain, controlling mechas that can enter mythical mech transformation like the Zhulu warship. Such a person, although not reaching the status of an ancestor within the Song family, was definitely among the family's top combat power, capable of suppressing an entire starry sea floating land, holding significant sway within the family. P.S. Personal term for fourth-rank clanspeople is family elder. Do you guys have any other suggestions? If not, we'll continue to use this term moving forward. Also, previously mentioned thorned flying dragon genetic bloodline has been changed to 80, at the peak of 4th tier, not entering the 5th tier. High above the secret realm platform, the doors of one torch warship after another opened, and then, one by one, members of the Song family descended from the sky, enveloped in a powerful aura. As these torch ship captains leapt from their own warships, ghostly lights swirled at their brows. The warships in the sky above shrank rapidly until they were reduced to streaks of light that entered their ancestral torch. Thus, as the torch ship captains landed one by one, the number of torch warships above the platform rapidly diminished, and the once crowded vault of heaven became clear. Within the crowd, Song Kai followed several of his fellow first-rank clansmen in an orderly fashion toward the interior of the cave. At his ear, a group of clansmen whispered in quiet conversation. Soon, Song Kai had a basic understanding of these people. The average age of these dozens of first-rank Song family members was between 34 and 36 years old, and it had been 3 to 5 years since their promotion to first rank. According to their tone, the reason they were only now challenging the immortal puppet secret realm was apparently due to guidance from direct elders higher up. Which is to say, the upper echelons within the Song family had known about the acceleration of the immortal puppet secret realm 5 or 6 years prior and had given their direct descendants a heads up. In light of this, Song Kai felt a stir within his heart and lamented that a family with nearly 3,000 years of heritage truly operated like a miniature society, where absolute fairness was nothing but a joke. Of course, this wasn't to say anything negative, for if a family with nearly 3,000 years of history could still maintain absolute unity, that would indeed be abnormal. After all, selfishness is human nature. As long as the family could keep absolute consistency on the grand scheme, then it would have surpassed more than 90% of the medium to large forces, and in this regard, the Song family was doing quite well. As his thoughts whirled, the line of several hundred people had already reached deep within the cave. Looking up, Song Kai realized that the space inside the mountain wasn't small at all and easily accommodated the more than 300 people. Hundreds of people stood before 6 bronze portals, with black space vortexes at their centers. Seeing this sight, Song Kai was slightly astonished. Is this the foundation of a family that has been passed down for nearly 3,000 years? The reason for his shock was that even the portals before him represented 6 realms. Setting aside their rank, even if all of them were shattered secret realms, their value couldn't be measured by ordinary wealth. Moreover, these were just the ones in plain sight. Whether other secret places within the Song family hid realms of higher standards or more importance, nobody knew. Additionally, as his grandfather, Song Mingsong, had said before, many other direct and principal lineages of the family also controlled their own secret realms. This single fact alone demonstrated the terrifying foundation behind the Song family. Song Chi's gaze flitted among the 6 portals in front of him, pondering if the Moruo secret realm was among them. At that moment, an elderly figure suddenly emerged from the 3,000-meter-long giant warship in the midst of the mountain. Seeing the aged figure stepping out of the Zhulu warship, the hundreds of Song family members in the cave simultaneously bowed and said, "We greet the Heavenly Arts Clan Elder." The elder figure, known as Song Tianshu, hailed from one of the 2 principal lineages of the Song family, the Heavenly Vein. According to the information obtained from the quantum communication bracelet, this individual was over 1,500 years old, ranking within the top 5 among all the clan elders of the Song family, an imposing seniority. The elder nodded slightly, his gaze sweeping over the 300 people, then pointed toward the most left-hand portal among the 6 bronze gateways and said, "Go." Upon hearing these words, the 20-some third-rank clansmen at the front of the line moved first, followed by the second rank, and finally it was Song Chi's turn. When he emerged from the dizziness and sensation of weightlessness, the first thing Song Kai did was to scan his surroundings and assess the environment. However, he quickly realized that there were no starry sea-floating lands present in the immortal puppet secret realm beneath his feet, unlike in the Moruo secret realm and the Dragon Blood mystic realm that he had visited before. At this moment, all the Song family members who had entered the secret realm stood upright in the pitch-black starry space, and at the edge of their field of vision, there was an ancient tower radiating red light, towering as if it reached the heavens. Staring intently at the tower, Song Chi's eyes shimmered with uncertainty as he pondered something. He recalled what his grandmother had mentioned before. The immortal puppet secret realm also originated from the civilization of the ancient immortal domain, the same one as the Zutian ruins market in his possession. When he first heard the term, immortal domain civilization, he immediately thought of the Zutian ruins market under his control. Suppressing the curiosity in his heart, Song Kai, along with the other clansmen, summoned the Kang Shang and sped toward the ancient tower at the end of their line of sight. The first to reach the vicinity of the supreme immortal puppet tower, and the first to enter the tower to take on the challenge, were those 20-plus third-rank torch captains. Song Kai noticed that as these third-rank torch captains entered the immortal puppet tower and started their individual challenges, 20-some spheres of light appeared within the first level of the tower. In less than 20 seconds, one of the spheres of light had vanished from the first level and appeared on the second level of the immortal puppet tower, indicating that someone had already passed the first level. Just then, he overheard a first-rank clansman next to him exclaim in surprise. Less than 20 seconds to reach the second level, they might have a chance to reach above the 20th level. I guess it's Song Yiming from the first direct lineage. I heard his seed of torch awakened just over 30 years ago, and although it's only blue fire by now, the configuration on his flagship is quite remarkable. Among the known components is an orange quality engine. 20 floors. You're underestimating Song Yiming. With the combat power of his flagship, he's definitely aiming for purple, even orange quality soldier figurine components. To get orange quality components, he would have to push to 30 floors or more. Hearing this discussion, before Song Kai could prepare to say something, a young man, also a first-rank torch ship captain, who had clearly just awakened not long ago and was unfamiliar with the immortal puppet tower, asked, "May I ask, fellow clansmen, do cruisers need to rush to the 30th floor to possibly get orange-quality soldier figurine components? What about us first-rank torch ship captains?" Regarding this question, Song Kai had a guess in his heart. From what his grandmother had said, he had a certain understanding that the immortal puppet tower's evaluation standards were not based on personal or warship strength, but on the time of awakening the seed of torch. If that were the case, then everyone's standard of evaluation would be the same. One would only have a chance of obtaining orange-quality soldier figurine components if they rushed to the 30th floor or higher. However, because each person's awakening time differed, the immortal puppet tower would very likely adjust the corresponding difficulty of each floor for individual challenges. As he had thought, it wasn't long before a second-rank clansman in his 40s or 50s explained, which was essentially consistent with what Song Kai had surmised. As Song Kai further understood the specific information and corresponding rules of the Supreme Immortal Puppet Tower, a second-rank torch ship captain stepped out from the crowd and walked straight towards the Immortal Puppet Tower. This second-rank torch ship captain seemed to have a bigger reputation than Song Yiming. His appearance instantly garnered the attention of most people. That's Song Z of the direct line of Clan's Earth Pulse. He's a tough one, having promoted from 0 rank to 2nd rank in less than 2 years. It's said that not only is his seed of torch purple fire, but he is also the great-grandson of a 4th-ranked clan elder of the Earth Pulse, with the potential to challenge the family hierarchy. Amidst the many discussions, numerous second-rank torch ship captains began to control their flagships to shoot out and enter the immortal puppet tower for their challenges. Naturally, Song Kai would not be left behind, and the Kongchong followed closely after. In these few short minutes, numerous famous younger generation members from various clan branches appeared. Although their specific capabilities were unknown, it was safer to challenge early. In the boundless starry sky, a line of text appeared before his eyes. "The first floor challenge is about to begin. Please get ready." Seeing this, Song Kai, who had already gleaned some understanding from his clansmen's conversations, quickly concentrated his spiritual focus. 10 seconds later, a ripple spread through the empty starry sky, followed by the appearance of a half-humanoid puppet more than 20 meters tall with wings on its back, about 100 meters ahead. Whirring sounds filled the air. The Kongchong immediately sprang into action. As the engines roared, the warship began to retreat rapidly, widening the distance from the half-humanoid puppet while the pure yang swordbeam cannon at its bow went through a brief charge before the sword light roared out, heading straight for the half-humanoid puppet. Soon, Song Kai had a slight understanding of the strength of this half-humanoid puppet, which gave off a first-rank aura. Under the already enhanced LV-30 Pure Yang swordbeam cannon, it was annihilated by the Pure Yang sword light, posing almost no threat to the Kongchong. Then came the second floor challenge. The challenge on this second floor was equally simple: 4 half-humanoid puppets of the same strength. 1 minute later, the Kongchong successfully entered the 3rd floor. Just like that, until the 13th floor passed, the appearing half-humanoid puppets were all of the 1st rank level. The 13 floor's 256 1st-rank half-humanoid puppets all fell under the Kongchong's cannons. Finally, the 14th floor was no longer 1st-rank puppets but switched to 8 2nd-rank level half-humanoid puppets. Regarding this, Song Kai finally became a bit more serious, but the pressure was still not great. However, as he completed the 15th and 16th floors, he finally noticed something. As the floors got higher, the surrounding starry sky was shrinking step by step, which was a way to limit the movement range of the torch warship. After noticing this, Song Kai gradually got serious because, as the range of movement shrank, the greatest advantage of the torch warship, relying on its terrifying speed for long-range kiting tactics, would soon cease to exist. As expected, by the 24th floor, the surrounding space where he could move was reduced to just a few 100,000 meters, and the Kongchong's movements were severely limited. On the 25th floor, the movement range was only around 300,000 meters, and the enemies were 96 2nd-rank half-humanoid puppets. In this level's challenge, the Kongchong was approached by the half-humanoid puppets multiple times. They attacked through the dark matter energy shield directly at the obsidian ship armor. After suffering a 4% damage to the ship armor, Song Kai arrived at the 26th floor. Looking outside, by now more than half of the 300-plus Song family members were sent out of the Immortal Puppet Tower. The majority of them hadn't surpassed 20 floors. Some only obtained white-quality soldier figurine components, while those who fell on the 18th or 19th floors got blue-quality components. Among them was one of the earliest group to enter the Immortal Puppet Tower for the challenge, a third-rank clansman who made it past the 26th floor but fell on the 27th, obtaining a purple-quality soldier figurine component. At this moment, the gaze of nearly 300 Song family members was tightly focused on the Immortal Puppet Tower. They looked on with anticipation, curious to see how many would reach beyond the 30th floor this time. Look, someone has entered the 26th floor. Currently, there are 13 people challenging the 26th floor. It's unknown if any of these 13 will succeed in passing it and enter the 27th. I think it's difficult. Up to now only 5 people have managed to pass the 26th level, and the UC clan brother has already fallen at the 27th level. Currently, there are only 2 people challenging the 27th level, one at the 28th level, and another at the 30th level. I bet the one at the 30th level is most likely Song Z from the Earth Vein. There really are clan members who've passed the 26th level, and now there are 3 people at the 27th level. Unaware of the discussions happening outside, Song Kai had just successfully passed the 26th level and entered the 27th, but as a consequence, the Kangchong's warship armor had already sustained damage exceeding 20%, and the warship's body itself had also reached 2% damage. In the just concluded 26th level, the maneuverable area was only left to a radius of 200,000 meters, and the enemy consisted of 104 second-rank semi-humanoid puppets. The reduction in maneuverable area and the increase in the number of enemies add up, causing more second-rank semi-humanoid puppets to cling to the Kangchong. These semi-humanoid puppets were not weak. Not only was their attacking power extremely strong, their defense was also astonishingly high. The electromagnetic ray cannons had to strike them thrice to take them down, which is why the damage to the ship armor shot up from 4% to 20%. On the 27th level of the Immortal Puppet Tower, Song Kai first scanned his surroundings and, upon discovering that the maneuverable area was reduced to only a radius of 150,000 meters, his face completely darkened. Then, after seeing the puppet units condensed by the Immortal Puppet Tower, he fell completely silent. In front of him, the puppet that had been condensed was still a semi-humanoid with wings on its back, but there was just one of them. However, the height of this semi-humanoid puppet exceeded 400 meters, and it emitted a dense third-rank pressure. A third-rank puppet, he thought to himself. Then the Kangchong's engines and rear thrusters operated at full speed, propelling the Kangchong backward. At the bow of the ship, the pure Yang sword beam cannon roared, emitting a 10-meter-long sword light phantasm. In front of him, the more than 400 meters tall semi-humanoid puppet was about to flap its wings, but the speed of the sword light phantasm was evidently much faster, crossing thousands of meters and fiercely striking the chest of the semi-humanoid puppet. With this attack, the humanoid puppet's movements were interrupted, allowing the Kangchong to retreat a considerable distance. From over 100,000 meters away, he saw the semi-humanoid puppet quickly chasing after them. Song Kai waited for the pure Yang sword beam cannon to buffer while continuously attacking with the electromagnetic ray cannons. The power of the third-rank level pure Yang sword beam cannon was still quite effective, as long as he could hit it with a few more shots. Killing the third-rank semi-humanoid puppet would not be difficult. However, the power of the electromagnetic ray cannons was completely insignificant in front of the third-rank puppet, barely even able to hinder it. Soon, the semi-humanoid puppet closed the distance to the Kangchong and started a frenzied attack on the obsidian ship armor. 5 minutes later, the third-rank semi-humanoid puppet fell under the muzzle of the pure Yang sword beam cannon. However, the Kangchong's price was not small. with warship body damage exceeding 50%, reaching 54%, and the warship's body itself was at 21%. As a result, Song Kai had to activate the healing fruit component. Repair in progress. Warship armor repaired by 25%, current damage at 29%, warship repaired by 10%, current damage at 11%, please perform full repairs as soon as possible. With the healing fruit taking effect, the challenge to the 28th level officially began. This time, the puppet condensed by the immortal puppet tower didn't change. It was still a third-rank semi-humanoid puppet. What changed was the surrounding maneuverable area, which was reduced from 150,000 meters to only 100,000 meters, further reducing Kang Chong's space to maneuver. This time, Song Chi's choice was still the same as in the 27th level. A few minutes later, Kang Chong again exceeded 50% damage, reaching 58%, and the warship itself was at 22% damage. However, the third-rank level semi-humanoid puppet also once again fell under the pure yang sword beam cannon. After the 29th level, the surrounding maneuverable area was finally no longer shrinking. The maneuverable radius was still 100,000 meters, but the number of third-rank puppets that appeared increased to 2. Swish, swish. 2 intense sounds of wing flapping rang out, creating terrifying tornadoes in the wake of the 2 third-rank semi-humanoid puppets before they transformed into 2 streaks of light, charging straight toward the Kang Chong, which had already retreated to the very edge. Upon seeing this scene, Song Kai remained unfazed, and the main cannon at the bow of Kang Chong was rapidly condensing a sharp sword-intent radiance. Even though Song Kai had already started charging the mixed hollow extreme yang sword-intent divine light, the moment after he killed the puppet on the 28th level, it was still not as fast as the 2 third-rank semi-humanoid puppets. As the terrifying claws of the puppets approached, threatening to penetrate the dark matter energy shield and strike upon the already heavily damaged obsidian ship armor, Song Kai chose to activate the obsidian protection feature. Swish. A flash of black light, and a thick layer of obsidian armor layer almost instantaneously condensed, enveloping the entire Kang Chong within it. Clang, clang, clang. Under the intense noise of metal friction and collision, the Kang Chong's body greatly trembled. At the same time, the semi-automated onboard AI's warning voice sounded again. Warning: warship armor damage 61%, warship body damage 25%, please repair as soon as possible. However, what would usually be considered dreadful news now sounded like the most beautiful music to Song Chi's ears. Because it meant that the obsidian protection feature had successfully defended against the attacks of the 2 third-rank semi-humanoid puppets. Under Kang Chong's normal defense, those 2 strikes would most likely have completely destroyed the obsidian ship armor, and the ship's body's damage could have exceeded 50%. But now it had only worsened by an almost negligible amount compared to before. So, Song Kai said the obsidian shield successfully protected the Kang Chong. It was at this moment that a sharp cold light flashed in his eyes. My turn. Mixed hollow extreme yang sword intent divine light, shatter these 2 pieces of trash. With a roar, the fully charged mixed hollow extreme yang sword intent divine light burst forth ferociously. In front of the Kang Chong, the 2 humanoid puppets attempted a second strike but were pierced through by the suddenly erupting 100-meter sword intent divine light. Under the slash of the third-rank level mixed hollow extreme yang sword intent divine light, the 2 third-rank humanoid puppets had no ability to resist, and a large portion of their bodies were bisected by the 100-meter sword intent divine light. They were not like the Bloodblade cruiser they first encountered, which had an energy shield of orange quality enhanced to the third-rank level, nor were they like the third-rank peak sandworms, which had skin as tough as superalloy and immense vitality, and were instantaneously annihilated by the terrifying sword intent divine light. Within the Kang Chong, Song Chi's heart relaxed. With this, the 29th level was also behind him, though he did not know what the 30th level would be like. As he pondered, severe spatial ripples appeared again a few thousand kilometers ahead, and the next second Song Chi's pupils slightly constricted. What appeared a few thousand kilometers away were 3 third-rank level humanoid puppet soldiers. Looking around, fortunately, the range of movement hadn't changed again. In front of the main control console of the Kangchong, Song Chi's eyes flickered as he weighed whether to continue trying or to choose to concede and end this challenge of the immortal puppet tower. The reason for his hesitation was that he was only at the 30th level and wasn't sure if conceding now would earn him the high-quality puppet component he desired. After all, from what he heard from his clan members before, it seemed that one needed to successfully pass the 30th level to possibly obtain an orange-quality puppet component. Thinking that he might be just one step away from an orange-quality puppet component, how could Song Kai be content? But if he continued the challenge, the Kangchong could possibly sink. Although the rules of this supreme immortal puppet tower allow challengers to concede at any time if they sense danger, his opponents after all were 3 third-rank level puppet soldiers, whose level of attack was not child's play, and he could not ensure that he would definitely be able to shout the words, "I concede," at a critical moment. As the saying goes, the situation on the battlefield changes in the blink of an eye. One careless moment, and it could turn into a fatal outcome for both the ship and its crew. In his uncertainty, Song Kai noticed the layer of obsidian armor on the exterior of the Kangchong that had not yet dissipated. It was this sight that made up his mind. After the obsidian ship armor was enhanced to level 30, the duration of its obsidian guardian feature reached 20 minutes. And since the layer of obsidian armor was still there, the Kangchong wouldn't be instantly annihilated. Therefore, his decision was to continue the challenge. Of course, he would choose to concede without hesitation and end the challenge, either when the duration of the obsidian guardian feature of the obsidian ship armor ended or the layer of obsidian armor was completely shattered, whichever came first. After receiving Song Chi's response to continue the challenge, the 3 third-rank humanoid puppets thousands of kilometers away promptly sprang into action. Their puppet wings fluttered violently, and amidst the backdrop of 3 intense tornadoes, they shot forward like 3 bolts of light. Meanwhile, outside of the immortal puppet tower, with a flash of red light, a figure familiar to the Song family appeared outside the immortal puppet tower. Song Zi, if I'm not mistaken, the one who just breezed past the 30th floor and barely failed at the 31st must be you, right? Would it be convenient to reveal the quality of the puppet component rewarded by the immortal puppet tower? Seeing that it was a seasoned 3rd-rank torch captain from his clan who spoke, Song Zi first nodded gently and then, with an indifferent expression, forced a slightly stiff smile and replied, "Orange." Hiss. Hearing this response, the surrounding people instinctively took in a breath of cold air, their eyes filled with envy. Orange glory quality components. These might be super components that most of them could never obtain in their lifetimes. After a brief shock, everyone's gaze returned to the immortal puppet tower, full of curiosity. Now that Song Zi had come out, who was the person still at the 30th level? Could it be Song Yiming? Seeing the expressions of his clansmen, Song Zi, who had not looked back, also turned slightly and narrowed his eyes in surprise. Apart from him, was there really a second person who had reached the 30th floor? According to the information he got, the likelihood of Song Yiming being that person wasn't high. Could it be that a genius has emerged from one of the direct branches? After this interlude, Song Zi, who had planned to leave directly, also stopped in his tracks, waiting thoughtfully. Only those who had been through it knew the terror of the 29th and 30th levels, and any clan member who could reach those levels definitely qualified as a top genius. Naturally, he was curious. The 30th level of the Supreme Immortal Puppet Tower. Although the Kangchong tried its best to dodge, hoping to gain a few more rounds for the Pure Yang sword-beam cannon to fire, the area to move was just too small. A radius of 100,000 kilometers might sound extensive, but for a torch warship and 3rd-rank creatures, it was a distance they could cross in just 2 seconds, in a non-lightspeed cruise state. Furthermore, already facing the combined pursuit of 3 3rd-rank puppet soldier figurines, the evasive space available to Kangchong shrank drastically once again. Clang. Clang! Clang! Once more, the claw of a third-rank puppet soldier figurine struck Kang Chong, sending it smashing fiercely against the air wall below. What was crucial was that Song Kai also heard a faint, crack, sound. Although it was almost inaudible, Song Kai was certain that this signaled the imminent collapse of the obsidian armor layer. In this regard, he was not surprised. After all, the obsidian armor layer was only purple quality, generated from warship armor, not orange, and certainly not red. Facing the attacks of 5 third-rank puppet soldier figurines, it was only natural that it couldn't hold. At that moment, Song Chi's mind started to whirl at breakneck speed. His limit-breaking state that had been activated on the 29th floor was still ongoing, sustaining his mental and cognitive rapid processing and calculations. He listed all the components currently installed on Kang Chong in his mind, considering the probability of these components being helpful at this moment. Right now, he still had no intention of admitting defeat. On the contrary, precisely because the obsidian armor layer was nearing collapse, he wanted to try to find a breakthrough in this last period of time. The Fire Peony soldier figurines, no, the second-rank figurines were useless in front of 3 third-rank soldier figurines. The Phantom Trace feature of the Phantom Recommendation device, also no, with air walls on all sides. If he activated this feature, with a 1300% lightspeed cruise, the outcome of Kang Chong would probably not be much better than the Covenant or John Troza's previous situation. One after another, the components surfaced in his mind and were quickly dismissed. Suddenly, a stroke of inspiration flashed through his mind. It was at this moment that the 3 third-rank puppet soldier figurines above, relentless, swept down at high speed once again. The Pure Yang sword beam cannon fired again, with a 10-meter-long sword light phantasm striking one of the third-rank puppet soldier figurines, but it didn't have much effect. Song Kai estimated that to completely crush these 3 third-rank soldier figurines, he would need at least 3 to 4 more shots each. But obviously, they weren't going to give Kang Chong that time. Just then, an unexpected maneuver was made by Kang Chong below. Its hatch suddenly opened a crack, and although it quickly closed again, the action could not be faked. Before long, the 3 third-rank puppet soldier figurines noticed the anomaly, as a small black serpent appeared beside Kang Chong at some point and quickly swelled to 100 meters in length as time passed. However, compared to the 3 half-humanoid puppet soldier figurines, each over 400 meters long, a 100-meter-long Kamoyan giant serpent was clearly inconsequential. Inside the main control room of Kang Chong, Song Kai clenched his teeth tightly and then activated the red-quality enslavement medal at his side without hesitation. Enslavement mark. Frenzy. Activate. With the activation of the special feature of the enslavement medal, the outside world witnessed the 100-meter-long Kamoyan giant serpent suddenly enveloped in a dense, blood-red energy, and then its size began to swell rapidly. 200 meters. 400 meters. In just 1 second, the Kamoyan giant serpent, which was originally 100 meters in length, swelled to 1 kilometer long, and at the same time, a violent third-rank aura emitted from its body. Hiss. With a heavenward hiss, the frenzied Kamoyan giant serpent received the mental command from Song Kai. Intense blood-colored energy converged on its surface, finally coalescing into an over 2-kilometer-long scarlet serpent phantom. It was the Kamoyan giant serpent's natural ability. Kamoyan giant serpents devouring. The scarlet serpent phantom soared into the sky, colliding head-on with the 3 half-humanoid puppet warriors. Accompanied by the fierce impact of the third-rank energy wave sweeping out, the obsidian armor layer, already on the verge of collapse, became even more unstable. However, at this moment, the kilometer-long body of the Kamoyan giant serpent coiled rapidly around the side of the Kang Chong, tightly protecting it within. By the time the terrifying energy impact wave had dissipated, the 3 slightly disheveled puppet warriors finally fell down completely, engaging in a fierce battle with the frenzied state Kamoyan giant serpent. Seizing this opportunity, Song Kai quickly pulled the Kang Chong away from the distance, while the pure yang sword beam cannon continued to fire. 3 minutes later, with another 10-meter pure yang sword light hitting the top of a third-rank puppet warrior's head below, its already battered body completely collapsed. Looking to the side, the bodies of the other two third-rank puppet warriors had long been lying on the air wall below, motionless. Seeing this, Song Kai inside the Kang Chong finally took a long breath, immediately exiting the limit-breaking state. His spiritual exhaustion had reached its limit, and if he maintained the limit-breaking state any longer, it would leave irreparable damage to his spirit. Immediately afterward, an intense feeling of weariness surged into his mind. With the support of the limit-breaking state and his concentration on the battlefield below, he had not noticed before, but now, as he exited the limit-breaking state, the extreme exhaustion immediately flooded his entire mind. Just then, intense spatial fluctuations came from several thousand meters away, and 4 puppet warriors, each several hundred meters in volume, quietly emerged. Seeing this, Song Kai immediately chose to end the challenge. Are you kidding me? This 30th level had almost forced him to use all his methods. Did he dare to challenge the 31st level? That would be seeking death? As he confirmed the end of the challenge, a mechanical voice suddenly sounded in his ear. This challenge of the Immortal Puppet Tower has ended. Final result. 30th level, evaluation. Excellent. Based on your performance, you may select one of the following 3 rewards as your final reward for this challenge. You have 2 minutes to choose. Please make your selection as soon as possible. 1. Dark Knight Gargoyle Soldier Figurine Tree, orange. 2. Wangjin Warrior Terracotta Figurine Tree, orange. 3. Void Phantom Assassin Soldier Figure Tree, orange. Song Chi's breathing paused slightly. The fatigue from a second ago seemed to completely vanish at this moment, leaving only the curiosity about the detailed information of the 3 soldier figurine tree components in front of him. His gaze swiftly circulated over the 3, beginning to examine their specific attributes. Subsequently, 3 attribute panels emerged one by one before his eyes. Knight Gargoyle Soldier Figurine Tree LV0 Quality, orange. Feature. Additional 5 summoned units. Feature 2. Knight Gargoyle Soldier figurines have an additional 40% boost in combat power. Consumption. 500 per unit, spectral energy points. Effect. Knight Gargoyle Soldier figurine. Summon 10 LV0 Knight Gargoyle Soldier figurines, which are undead and can exist indefinitely. If they die, they can be resummoned after 24 hours. Up rank requirement. 15 strands of floating land origin, 0 rank, 1500 spectral energy points, 15 life cores, 0 rank. Wangjin Warrior Terracotta LV 0 quality, orange. Feature. Additional 5 summoned units. Feature 2. Wangjin Warrior figurines have an additional 60% boost in defense. Consumption. 500 per unit, spectral energy points. Effect. Wangjin Warrior figurine. Summon 10 LV0 Wangjin Warrior figurines, which are undead and can exist indefinitely. If they die, they can be resummoned after 24 hours. Up rank requirement. 15 strands of floating land origin, 0 rank, 1500 spectral energy points, 15 life cores, 0 rank. Void Assassin Clan Soldier figurines LV0 quality, orange. Feature. Additional 5 summoned units. Feature 2. Soul Shatter. Consumption. 500 per unit, spectral energy points. Effect. Void Assassin Clan Soldier figurines. Summon 10 LV0 Void Assassin Clan Soldier figurines, which are undead and can exist indefinitely. If they die, they can be resummoned after 24 hours. Up rank requirement. 15 strands of floating land origin, 0 rank, 1500 spectral energy points, 15 life cores, 0 rank. Soul Shatter. The attack methods of the Void Assassin clan directly strike the soul, causing additional damage to the enemy's soul with each attack. After inspecting the attributes of all 3, Song Kai fell into deep thought. The first option he eliminated was the Knight Gargoyle Soldier figurine tree. Compared to the others, The Night Gargoyle soldier figurines were the most balanced, a sort of jack-of-all-trades soldier figurine, lacking both the tank-like attributes of the Wangjin warriors as well as the mystical stealth trace, void travel, and unseen killing abilities, the natural talents of the Void Assassin clan. In Song Chi's view, these kinds of soldier figurines, which lacked any unique advantage and were too mediocre, even though they could fly with their wings, stood no chance against the Void Assassins, creatures as notorious as the Void Demons in the Void. As a torch ship captain with a proper higher education, Song Kai had some understanding of creatures like the Void Assassin clan. They were nearly as infamous as the Void Demons, and their ability to freely fly through the Starry Sea was just a minor aspect. The key was the astonishing space-related innate gift of these creatures. They could traverse the void gaps just like void demons, dancing in void storms, appearing and disappearing without a trace. On the Song family's genetic bloodline chart, they were rated higher than the thorned flying dragons, entering the 5th tier with a genetic bloodline rating as high as 85. Therefore, the choices that Song Kai had to face next were simply two. One was the robust and tough Wangjin warrior figurines, serving as frontline tanks. The other was the enigmatic children of the Void Assassin clan soldier figurines, who come and go without a trace. As time passed, a minute later, Song Kai made his decision. I choose 3, the Void Assassin clan soldier figurine tree. The reason for this choice, of course, came after careful consideration. He factored in his actual situation, compatibility with the different components of the Kang Chong, and so on, before prudently making his decision. Firstly, as masters of stealth trace and free travel through the Starry Sea, coupled with devices like the brainwave remote control system and the fixed-point launch pad, they could be maximally effective in scouting from a distance, ambush from the void, and long-range monitoring. Furthermore, he never forgot about those void demons outside the ruins market secret realm. With a significant number of space solidification stones infused into Kang Chong's warship armor, he planned to venture into the void to hunt those void demons. If he added these Void Assassin clan puppets, which were in no way inferior to the void demons in the void gaps, he believed he would be able to hunt down void crystals more quickly, more abundantly, and more safely. Additionally, even though the Wangjin warrior figurines sounded like they would be more compatible with the Immortal Domain civilization, Song Kai had used the Star Sea Ruin market rank to communicate with the Zutian Ruins market multiple times before without any response, implying that there is highly likely no connection between the Immortal Puppet Tower and the Zutian Ruins market. If the Immortal Puppet Tower has nothing to do with the Zutian Ruins market, then it's even less probable for a soldier figurine component distilled from it to be connected. However, that seemed reasonable. Taking Torch human civilization as an example, being one of the super civilizations in the shattered Starry Sea, the Torch human civilization territory not only includes ordinary nations and duchies, but also a substantial number of kingdoms, and above these are the 4 great super empires, with an abundance of power. Could it be expected that among these many forces, any two would have some causal connection? Not to mention causality, it wouldn't be strange if there's absolutely no interaction between them from the start to the end. Following Song Chi's confirmation, a splendid orange light appeared from the ends of the vast Starry Sea, shooting towards the Kang Chong's location. At last, the orange light transformed into a soldier figurine tree component, quietly hovering in front of Kang Chong. The hatch of the Kang Chong slowly opened, and a traction beam shot out, drawing the fiercely glowing orange component of the Void Assassin clan soldier figurine tree into the hull. After retrieving the hard-earned orange component, Song Kai maneuvered the Kang Chong to slowly descend, landing next to the side of the Como Yin colossal serpent, which was now barely clinging to life. The Como Yin colossal serpent had retracted to 100 meters in length, and its body was covered with large and small wounds left by those 3 humanoid puppets. However, that was not the cause of its fatal condition. What truly left the Como Yin colossal serpent at death's door was the enslavement mark, frenzy trait, a feature that came at the cost of all its vitality. With the end of the battle, its life also came to an end. In its last moments, the Como Yin colossal serpent nudged Song Kai with its head and then completely lost its spark of life. Seeing this, although he was mentally prepared, Song Chi's heart couldn't help feeling somewhat melancholic. He collected the body of the Como Yin colossal serpent into the Kang Chong, planning to bury it later around Green Moon Lake, and then return to the main control room, clutching the orange component of the Void Assassin Clan soldier figurine tree. Before he could install the puppet component, a strong force of repulsion came through. Right after that, the Kang Chong turned into a stream of light and entered his ancestral aperture between the eyebrows. By the time he reacted, Song Kai found himself already standing outside the immortal puppet tower. Along with him, there were 3 other people who had almost simultaneously exited the tower. However, before the 4 of them could reflect on this, the gaze of the clan members of the Song family, totaling over 300, cast directly upon them. In their eyes, the second person to pass the 30th floor of the immortal puppet tower must be one of these 4 individuals. Soon, clan members of the Song family gathered in front of Song Yiming, the strongest among the 4. "Congratulations, clan brother Yiming, congratulations." Hearing this, Song Yiming was considerably puzzled. He had persisted for nearly 20 minutes on the 29th floor and ultimately suffered defeat. What was there to congratulate him on? However, seeing everyone approach, he didn't have time to ponder and could only respond with a warm smile. Witnessing this, Song Kai, who was standing aside, understood what was happening. Moreover, feeling utterly exhausted, he didn't hesitate and quickly headed toward the exit of the immortal puppet's secret realm. All that echoed in his mind now were 2 words: sleep. He was just too tired. Soon, this low-profile first-rank torch ship captain summoned the Kang Chong and quickly disappeared from everyone's sight. However, what Song Kai didn't notice was that in the crowd, Song Zi from the Earth Pulse had never cast his gaze on Song Yiming from the beginning to the end. Instead, after glancing around, he eventually looked thoughtfully at Song Kai. At the entrance of the secret realm, Song Kai emerged from the bronze gate on the left. After paying his respects to the Zhulu warship that had closed its hatch, his figure quickly vanished into the cave. Shortly after his departure, a deep voice suddenly echoed in the cave. Not yet 31 years old, clearing the 30th floor of the immortal puppet tower. This 10th direct vein has indeed produced a fine seedling. Song Kai was unaware of these events that followed. After leaving the secret realm platform, he controlled the Kang Chong to return directly to Green Moon Manor. Once he got to his private room, he didn't think much of anything, not even bothering to install the orange quality Void Assassin Clan soldier figurine tree component. He simply collapsed on the bed and fell into a deep sleep within seconds. A whole day passed before Song Kai finally awoke. After such a long deep sleep, he felt fully recovered. The refreshed Song Kai seemed like a completely different person from the one who was exhausted a day before. After washing up, he entered the Zhu Tian Ruins Market. Free stall area, inside the Kang Chong. With a thought from Song Kai, a spatial fluctuation ensued, and 15 slightly small soldier figurines appeared in the cabin. These were the Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines summoned by the now installed Void Assassin Clan soldier figurine tree. These Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines stood at around 1.5 meters tall, humanoid in shape, cloaked in black puppet skin under which special energy fluctuations faintly emerged. That was the inherent void affinity power they possessed as void-born creatures. Additionally, these Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines were able to condense blades imbued with the soul shatter feature, known as void blades. Song Chi's eyes focused, and soon he had detailed attributes of these Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines. Name: Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines. Quality: orange. Rank: 0 rank, upper limit 5th rank, level LV0. Active abilities: Rift Space ability, Void Flash, Instant Prison Shadow Kill. Passive abilities: Child of the Void, born as a darling of the Void, possessing the ability to freely traverse and shuttle through the void. Soul Shatter Dagger. Freely condense a void blade with soul shatter properties. Description. Born in the void as darlings of space, they possess abilities that can contend with void demons. Gazing at the attribute panel of these Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines, Song Kai was quite satisfied. They indeed lived up to the orange quality of soldier figurines. Their active abilities as well as passive abilities were all exceedingly powerful, far surpassing the Fire Peony soldier figurines by leaps and bounds. Without hesitation, after dismissing the summons of these figurines, he directly enhanced the Void Phantom Assassin soldier figure tree component to LV20. After being enhanced to second rank, the number of Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines he could summon increased from 15 to 20, and the strength of these second rank level Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines saw a substantial enhancement as well. Song Kai tried it out by mobilizing the power of laws in the entire secret realm as the Ruins Market Master, binding the space around these Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines, and then ordering them to use their abilities to see if they could tear through the surrounding space. The result was still very satisfying to him. Although these Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines had been enhanced to second rank and possessed strong spatial affinity, under the suppression and binding of the laws of the Ruins Market secret realm, they still could make no resistance at all. This outcome also indirectly confirmed the power of the Ruins Market itself. Even though he was only at first rank at the moment in the market as well, with the law's empowerment, he could easily suppress beings of second rank level without resorting to the torch worship, and even more so in their area of expertise. Moreover, Song Kai had an intuition that it was not just the second rank Void Assassin Clan soldier figurines. He would be able to easily control them even if they were enhanced to third rank later on. Indeed, just as I thought, the standing of this Ruins Market secret realm is exceedingly high, far above that of ordinary Starry Sea secret realms. It must be at least of a primordial level. Having reached this conclusion, Song Kai shifted his gaze, looking through the spectral energy screen above to the pitch-black void outside the market. Truth be told, he was quite eager to try. As for the idea of hunting void demons and gathering void crystals, it was something he had long considered. Now that Kang Chong, with the aid of space solidification stones, possessed no small measure of spatial resistance, and with the aid of Void Assassin Clan figurines that could hunt in absolute silence, he was fully capable of putting his plans into action. However, after pondering for a while, he dismissed the idea and re-entered the All Attributes cultivation room. Instead, he preferred to spend the next period of time immersing himself in intensive cultivation, leveraging the substantial stocks of insect race meat and advanced body tempering potions, to swiftly enhance his guidance technique level again. After all, whether it be opening Ruins Market trades to earn resources or acquiring high-quality components to strengthen Kang Chong, the ultimate goal was all towards a faster, better enhancement of his own guidance technique level, so as to secure more opportunities for life sublimation, thereby extending his lifespan. And so, 2 months whisked by, during which Song Kai consumed over 3,000 caddies of second-rank insect race meat and spent 10,000 merit points to purchase 20 advanced body tempering potions, in total, using up 34 advanced body tempering potions. In addition, he ate 20 caddies of insect queen meat containing 4th-rank energy essence and gave the other 20 caddies to his mother Chen Lixia, allowing her to break through to LV20 in her guidance technique a month ago, officially advancing to second rank. As for Song Kai himself, after 2 months of dedicated cultivation, his guidance technique level skyrocketed from LV11 to LV15. Of course, it was only 5 days ago that he had just broken through to LV14, with a long way to go before reaching LV15. It was thanks to that piece of insect queen meat that he made the jump, advancing from the early stages of LV14 all the way to his current LV15, with LV16 not far off. Given that the insect queen meat contained 4th-rank energy essence and was even beneficial for overcoming the second-rank bottleneck, its effects on Song Kai were naturally even more significant.